Hi, and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. My name's Chris, and it's fantastic to have you back with me for another video. And I'm going to pose a question. Do you think that altcoins are gearing up to go on an absolutely huge rally? Now, really interested to get your views and opinions, so do let me know in the comments below. Now, I'm expecting a bit of a pullback before we see this, and we're going to sort of dig into some of the media articles that are out there sort of talking about this. So if you enjoy this sort of content, mash up that like button. Nick and myself really do appreciate it. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe, tapping that bell, selecting all the notifications so you never miss one of our videos. Right, let's get down to the desktop. Okay, so we're going to start on coin market cap here. So Bitcoin down 1.79%. And as I was saying, I'm expecting this pullback before we then sort of go back on upwards. So, it's going to be interesting. Not expecting the biggest pullback that we were ever likely to see, but we are expecting, a small pullback. So, just be careful in the space, the crypto market at the moment, because this market is volatile. Obviously, Nick and myself are not financial advisors, so treat this as educational purposes only. These are just my opinions. So yeah, let's get to the articles, right? So we're going to start here. So Bitcoin supply on crypto exchanges drops to 3-year lows. Now, Nick and myself, we talk about this quite a lot, more so Nick, with our Patreon members, where we sort of, we send the details daily to our Patreon members, but, lots of data, and we like to look at the data. And yeah, we have been sort of talking about this an awful lot, where, the Bitcoin's supply on exchanges is reducing, right? So, it's an intelligence firm here that says the overall supply of Bitcoin on crypto exchanges has slipped down to the lowest level in over 3 years. Again, Nick and myself have been calling this out. It's been really interesting to see. So Bitcoin ratio supply sitting on exchanges continues to drop hard, down to its lowest level since December 2018. There is 13.5% less BTC on exchanges. Exchange wallets compared to just 2 months ago, amounting to 1.6 less of the overall supply. So really interesting. The other thing that's sort of articulated in this article is the fact that actually it looks like Ethereum is gearing up for, a bullish sort of push to the upside. So, really interesting stuff. Again, I don't want to sort of go over the article and make this a really long video. We're just going to sort of dip into it. But, I think this is really bullish because ultimately people are getting liquidated. It is really sort of demonstrating a bit of a short squeeze on the supply. And with that, you get some price discovery, which I think we've been seeing, and I think we're going to continue to see. Okay, so Fidelity executive says crypto markets are forming setup identical to the commodities boom in the 90s, right?
This video has been sponsored by Crypto.com. Now, don't skip ahead just yet. With Crypto.com, you can buy and sell cryptocurrency at their true cost. Earn a nice juicy passive income on your crypto holdings, but you can also sign up for their debit card. Now, this kitchen that we're in right now has been paid for using the Crypto.com debit card. I earn 3% cashback, and as a result of that, I have that cashback paid in CRO tokens. Now, the CRO token is an appreciating asset, which basically means 3% today could be 10, 20, or even 30% in the future. This is a great way to treat your portfolio on your everyday expenses. Now, there is a link in the description down below, guys, where you can use our link to basically sign up to Crypto.com, apply for that debit card, and you'll earn $25 to get you going. So why not check out Crypto.com today? Links in the description below, and let's get back to the video.
So this is really interesting. Top executive at Bitcoin custody firm Fidelity Digital Assets Europe says that the crypto industry is mirroring the commodities boom of the 90s. In an interview with Real Vision founder and macro guru 𝗕𝗂𝗪𝗪, it's been said that, obviously it's mirroring it of a decade ago. People have been asking, is crypto a real investable asset class? And obviously we kind of know where that is. There are questions that we went through with the commodities 20 years ago. So, they're basically suggesting here that it's a striking resemblance to back 20 years ago. And pretty much, most portfolios have some sort of allocation of commodities to diversify the portfolio. The setup that they had back then and the setup that they have now, really do strike real parallels, right? So it's an interesting one here. I think they're basically saying a lot of hedge funds are now utilizing cryptocurrencies, kind of where I see this in this article. Now, for anybody that is watching other influencers in the space and have been sort of telling people to stay away from this pullback, really don't understand, in my humble opinion, the macro events that are happening around the world right now. If we go back to when the virus was, sort of, starting to be about, and countries were starting to close down, we saw a real big pullback in the market. Now these same individuals would have been saying the same back then, but that was a prime opportunity depending on your time horizon. And I see that now with everything that's happening around the world with Ukraine, Russia, the interest rate hikes, the inflation, all of this stuff really does kind of feel like it's speeding up the adoption of this technology. And for that very reason, anybody that is suggesting that you shouldn't be in the market now, I really don't think they understand the macro events that are happening and the impact of those macro events on assets like cryptocurrency. So just my 2 pence on that. I see a few saying what I believe to just be completely inaccurate information, but you guys have got to make your own decisions. It's just my opinion. Altcoins primed for heavy rallies as the crypto market targets $2 trillion valuation. Again, this is something that I really do feel we should highlight. Again, another analyst talking about the fact that we're gearing up for really big rallies, and this sort of lines up again with what we've been saying here on Cheeky Crypto, that we expect a bit of a pullback, but ultimately we're going to new all-time highs. Now this is something that we've said a number of times over the last year or so, in the respect that we had these other pullbacks and people were really concerned and worried, and we were saying it's just a phase of the actual bull cycle, not an actual bear market. So for me, it's great to see all these articles. I think it does sort of give us confidence in the market, but the macro events for me as it stands are fantastic opportunities in this space. We're expecting the cost of living to go up, interest rates, energy costs, all of this sort of stuff, and I guess there are risks, right? And we need to be clear on what those risks are. This is a very volatile market. I don't think we've really seen the full impact of what's happening in Europe just yet, with the cost of food, the cost of fuel, the cost of energy. I don't think that's really been fully sort of hit and digested just yet. So, we've got to be careful that, it doesn't just continue for too long, and, we start to see real struggles. I really would like to see an end to the conflict in Europe between Russia and Ukraine. I think the sooner that ends, the better for this space and the world generally. But ultimately it sort of spins back to that question that I asked at the beginning of this video. Do you think that we're about to see altcoins go on immense rallies? I kind of feel like we've got experts in the space talking about the fact that these assets, this asset class is raring to go. We see other analysts sort of talking very similar sort of chatter as Nick and myself. So it's interesting. I would like to just get your views and opinions, so do let me know in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, mash up that like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, tapping that bell, selecting all the notifications so you never miss a video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.